After nearly 4 months of specific marathon training, we have finally entered race week. I'm really excited to see what results I'm able to do at the H.C. Andersen Marathon, especially because this is my first self-coached build towards a marathon where I have been writing a specific plan towards the race. I just returned back home from Jylland where I have been celebrating my grandma's birthday. And tomorrow we are going to kick off race week with an easy 8-kilometer run. It's Monday morning and we just started the race week off with an easy run. And today I did 8 kilometers in 41 minutes at a pace of 4 minutes and 55 seconds per kilometer. So now I'll just head up in the apartment to take a shower and then head to work, and then I will see you later. I just returned from work and now I quickly wanted to introduce you to the run that we're doing tomorrow morning. And tomorrow it's Tuesday, which means that we are going to do the second to last session before the race. And tomorrow's session is going to be a tapered version of some other sessions, and it will include 3 times 2 kilometers and then 1 kilometer in a little faster speed afterwards. 12 kilometers done in 57 minutes at a pace of 4 minutes and 31 seconds per kilometer. And this run went really well. As I mentioned last time we talked, I started the run by doing 3 times 2 kilometer intervals. And every single interval I felt in control, and when I'm looking back at the splits, I'm really satisfied. As you can see, the first interval was run in 3 minutes and 39 seconds, and the first kilometer in that interval was 3 minutes 39, and then increased the speed to 3 minutes and 38. The same story for the second interval, which was overall increased to a pace of 3 minutes and 37 seconds, but the second kilometer was a 3 minutes and 36. And also the same story for the last interval, which was a 3 minutes and 35 second, but the last kilometer was a 3 minutes and 34 second interval. So I'm really satisfied because I felt in control, as I just mentioned before. And the fact that I had to decrease my speed every single time I looked at the pace, I think is a really great sign. Then to end off the session, I just did 1 kilometer with a little bit more speed to shake up the legs. And in that interval, I ran 3 minutes and 25 seconds per kilometer. So a great experience here from the morning. And now I'm just about to leave for work. But before that, I would like to talk about the plan for tomorrow. And as usual, I am doing a rest day on Wednesday, which is what I do every single week. So I will not be changing that up this week. Besides that, I will see you again on Thursday, where we'll do a shakeout session, which will consist of a 5 kilometer tempo run and then some stride afterwards. And for a little point to that session, I'm really looking forward to doing that because finally I am bringing back out the Nike Alphafly Freeze, which I haven't been in since the Copenhagen Marathon. So I am really looking forward to doing that session in a couple of days. It's Thursday morning and I just ate my breakfast. So I will just let it digest for a couple of hours, and then we are headed out for the last little session before the race on Sunday. 12 kilometers done in 51 minutes at a pace of 4 minutes and 5 seconds per kilometer. We got some crazy weather with some very heavy raining during the run today, but despite that, I think it went really well. Looking back at the 5 kilometer interval I ran it in an average pace of 3 minutes and 37 seconds. So that is exactly where I would like to be in my marathon. So I think it couldn't have gone better. Besides that, I did the 5 200 meter strides, which I just ran in whatever I felt like doing. It wasn't any particular pace. I just went out and did it to get a little bit of speed in the legs. So this was all the training that I will be doing for today. and tomorrow will be a complete off day and the last complete off day of this entire build. Besides that, it is also going to be tomorrow where will I be starting my carb loading, which is where I just switch out most of my vegetables and protein in my diet over to carbohydrates. And then I will eat that diet for the entire Friday and Saturday leading up to the race on Sunday. It's Friday evening and I'm just about to eat my dinner. And as I mentioned yesterday, this was the last complete off day of the build. So today I was just at work, and besides that, it's just about doing my best to recover as much as possible, leading up to tomorrow, which will just be a chill run to check up the legs before the big day on Sunday. But before I see you tomorrow, I just wanted to show you what I will be having for dinner, because this is a staple in my carb loading regime. And one of the things I really like to eat during a carb load is just a couple of bagels with honey on top and then a banana in the middle. And I just really like this dish because I find it to be very delicious. So that is just a little thing that I wanted to show you, so you could maybe get some inspiration if you would carb load yourself one day. It's Saturday morning, and another carb loading trick I wanted to show you is that during the 2 days leading up to the race, I drink one of these Mountain 320 drink mixes every single day, because this is just a very easy way for me to get 80 grams of carbohydrates in my body, and it makes it way easier to get a lot of carbs in me without feeling too bloated. So now I will just drink my drink mix and eat a bit of breakfast, and then in a few moments we are headed out to do a little shakeout run before we get ready to travel to Odense. 5 kilometers done in 24 minutes at a pace of 4 minutes and 30 seconds per kilometer. Before we leave for Odense, I wanted to show you another thing, because a very exciting point about the Hans Andersen Marathon is that I'm able to place my own fuel on course for the first half of the race. So for every 5th kilometer in the first 20k, there will be a little bottle with some mountain energy waiting for me. And then I can use the fuel that I'm used to doing in training throughout the race, which will hopefully make my stomach feel much better than in my last marathon. But let's waste no further time and head down to the train station so we can make our travels to Odense. I just picked up me and Mikkel's bib number here at the expo, and now I'm about to make my way over to the place where we are going to stay for the night. I just arrived here in the room where me and Mikkel we will be staying for the night. And the reason why Mikkel isn't here yet is because he is going to his uncle's 50th year's birthday. So he is going to travel to Odense later this evening, and we will first see him tomorrow. But let me show you this cozy room that we will be staying at. As you can see, we got our own little cozy room, and here on the bed I've laid out the race kit that I wanted to show you for tomorrow. So here we got the Hans Andersen race bag with the shoes that I'm going to race in tomorrow. And then for the top, I'm going to wear the 3-4 t-shirt as I usually do when I race. And I've already attached my bib number, and tomorrow I will be number 549. And over here we got some shorts and my watch, and then a couple of gels that I will be carrying in my pocket, and another gel that I have for right before the race. So this is the energy that I will be having on the course, while also having the option to drink the drink mixes from kilometer 0 to kilometer 20. I've just eaten my dinner here in the room, and for the rest of the evening I'm going to chill and watch some YouTube and hopefully also read a bit in my book. A point I do want to make is that both me and Mikkel is going to race the H.C. Andersen Marathon tomorrow, and we don't know anyone who had a time to come here to Odense to cheer for us, so I don't have anyone to record footage of us during the race, which is a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Besides that, as I said before, I'm just going to chill for the rest of the evening, so I will see you tomorrow on race morning. It's race morning and I've just eaten my breakfast, and the sleep I got tonight was actually really great, despite it being the night coming up on race day. But to be honest, I have gotten some really good sleep throughout the entire week, so I couldn't really ask for more. But on top of that, the weather forecast is also looking absolutely incredible. It couldn't really be better race weather than the forecast is saying at the moment. So time and time again, I'm just proving that I am pretty much the luckiest guy ever. We made it out here to the race, so now I'm just going to deliver my bag, and then I will see you afterwards.
Kom så, Tobias! Det sidste! Var du sej?
I've just got some massage while I talked to my mom, and this was the best race ever. I think I ran sub 2 hours and 35 minutes, and it was over all my expectations. I'm so happy, as you can see right now. But as I said, I just got massage for the first time, and that was actually very, very nice. But now I think I have to find Mikkel and maybe get a shower, because I have sugar all over my arms and body, so it would be very nice for me to get a shower. And then me and Mikkel, we just have to make our way back to Copenhagen. But I just wanted to give you a little update. This was a 10 out of 10 race, absolutely amazing. As you can probably guess from my mood from the previous clip, yesterday was an absolutely incredible experience. The race went far above my expectations, and I had an absolutely incredible day. My official time is 2 hours, 34 minutes and 46 seconds, which is a new personal best for me on the marathon distance. And it got me a total placing of 4th overall on the marathon distance in the H.C. Andersen Marathon yesterday. And of course, I am really pleased with this result. I am so incredibly proud of what I was capable of doing yesterday, and it went so amazing. Looking back on my splits, I also ran the race very well. I ran the race overall in an average pace of 3 minutes and 40 seconds. And looking over all the 5 kilometer splits from the race, I run every single split very close to the 3:40 pace. So I absolutely crushed the pacing throughout the race. As you can see on my overall placing during the race, I moved from 7th place to 4th place, which is really, really amazing. I didn't notice that I moved up from 7 to 5, but around 30 to 35 kilometers, I saw a guy who looked really pro, and he was down walking, so I just ran past him and cheered him up. But I didn't realize that he was the 5th guy on the marathon distance. But then a few minutes later, a guy biked in front of me with a jacket where there was written 4th overall marathon participant. So then I knew that I had overtaken the number 4 guy and was now in the top 4 of the overall race. A little fun fact is that I also unofficially did a half marathon PB yesterday, because I tracked a 1 hour and 16 minutes and 7 second half marathon on my watch. And my official personal best on the half marathon I did back in the summer, where I ran Aarhus half marathon together with my family, where I did 1 hour 16 minutes and 56 seconds. So that is quite a nice way to do a marathon with a half marathon PB on top. Besides that, it was also a really nice experience trying to have my own fuel on course. I had 4 bottles placed out on 5, 10, 15 and 20 kilometers, but I actually missed the one on 10 kilometers, but I think it was not any problem, because I had pretty severe stomach pains, as I usually do when I try to eat so much sugar. So I don't know if that bottle would have messed me up, but I did find a balance where I got a lot of sugar in the system while still not overdoing it and have to slow down my pace. The course also surprised me a bit, because it was quite more hilly than I had first anticipated. But it was quite a fun course, even though it was a 2 times loop on a half marathon course. We also had absolutely incredible weather. It was a beautiful sunshine with about 10 to 12 degrees and no wind at all. So that was of course really nice. But overall, looking back at yesterday, it was absolutely perfect and I couldn't have asked for more. Again and again, I just proved that I am the luckiest guy ever, and yesterday was another day that just set that fact in stone, because I had the most perfect day yesterday. The legs was good, the body felt great, and I had the courage to take a chance on myself and just hammer on the pace from the start of the race and see how far I could go. And luckily I could go all the way to the end. I clearly remember about 34 kilometers when I began doing the math on if I could do the sub 2 hours and 35 minutes. And I calculated that if I was at the 40 kilometer mark with 7.5 minutes to go, I had a realistic chance of actually making it under the 2 hours and 35 minutes. And then when I was at the 40 kilometer mark, I was at 2 hours, 27 minutes and 20 seconds. So at that point I knew I had to give it my all, but it hurt so bad that it was crazy. But I just hammered through it. And one of the coolest things about the Hans Andersen Marathon is that the last 300 meters you end off in a track on the stadium. So that was the most incredible feeling, just running in the stadium and going in the inner lane and just sprinting my heart out for the last 300 meters until I hit the goal with 14 seconds to go to the 2 hours and 35 kilometer mark. It was incredible, but it also hurt so bad. I had so much pain in my lungs after that sprint for 20 or 30 minutes after the race, but it was totally worth it because I got that sub 2 hours and 35 minutes. Leading into the race, I had a dream of going under 2 hours and 40 minutes, and I also hoped to place in the top 10. And you can really say that I was successful in both of those, with a sub 2 hours and 35 minute marathon and placing 4th overall. So really happy. On top of that, my body also feels kind of okay. I always have a very bad sleep after such a hard effort. So tonight I didn't have the best sleep, but it was better than some other marathons that I have experienced. But both my muscles and my tendons feel better than I had first expected them to do. So that is very positive. But the plan is to wait and be patient to get out and running, even though I really look forward to just beginning training again. I want to say that I really hope that you enjoyed and found value in following me through the build towards this race. And I really want to thank you for the nice comments and all the support that I've gotten throughout the build. I also hope that you want to keep following me through the upcoming training. To end off the video, the last thing that I want to do is that I want to wish you a great rest of the day. Take care.